Well, hello, Savage Worlds folks, Wildcards, and everybody else. And hello, your name is Simon, and you like to do RPGs. Today on Office Hours, we're doing it nice and early for all the Euro folks because that's Simon's contingent from across the pond. And
in my tribe.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, we'll get there fast enough. But wait. Since you've been elevated. Not too recently, but this might be news for folks. I have a special little song to play. So let me see. I think I got to switch over to.
Filled with dread.
Yes.
What is this?
You're Pinnacle Entertainment's president, sir. So we have to play Hail to the Chief. Okay. So, I mean, show respect where it's due.
Appropriate deference. That's what I like.
Right. I mean, we had a coronation this week, and so it's only fitting that
we need a bit of pageantry. That's what we need. I like it.
True. Okay, so we agreed not to get political, but I mean, as far as the royalists go, are you a Republican or a royalist? I mean, in the British terms, on the mixed terms.
I think I fall in the camp of the royal family does a fair amount of good work and brings a lot of money into the country.
That's true. They are an amazing tourist attraction.
Probably a little bigger than it needs to be.
I mean, I think that's what they said of the British Empire, right? And then
nobody ever said that.
Well, and then, although considering, I think Shane, actually, speaking of awesome things, have I got this little clip yet? If not, I'm going to find it. Oh, wait, I need to change back to our office hours. Here we go. So I was just on Necessary Evil. So for folks who don't know, there is a game changer going on right now. Necessary Evil 3 runs through like a week from yesterday, doing very well. But if you want to get on Necessary Evil, go check that out. I'll post a link. But I think I snagged a photo. Oh, I don't have it uploaded. There's a really funny photo that Shane captured of you. And here it is. Speaking of the fall of the British Empire, here it is. So you just look at the back of the thing, the rise and fall of kingdoms, and it's got the British Empire right there. So
that was taken at a crazy roadside stop where they have like this alternate history of the universe where aliens and dinosaurs fought.
I mean, of all the places you think, like, oh, I'm going to go work for Pinnacle Entertainment and visit exotic and interesting locales, and this is what road stop on the way to Roswell, I think, is what the
that's right. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's insane.
So where did you get your start, sir? I mean, I'm not making fun of you for being British and Welsh in particular, but where were you born? Where did you grow up? What did you want to be when you were an adult? All those fun questions.
I was born in Cornwall. In the far south, but I never really lived there. My dad's in the Air Force, and so we moved all the time. And so, like I was a couple of months old, we went to Malta, and we lived in Malta for a while, and we just moved around a lot with the Air Force. So,
So you're really a Knights Templar, and you're just using this whole Air Force.
Yeah, Malta and Cyprus. That did the whole journey.
So tell me, what was it like living on? Do you remember living on Malta? And do you remember living on Cyprus?
I don't really. Like that was for a short period, so I was just like 1 or 2, and then we went back to the UK for a while. Moved around a lot in England, and then our big kind of overseas posting was 3.5 years in Cyprus, which was fantastic.
That's cool. So what is the food in Cyprus like? The Cypriots, what do they eat?
The Cypriots, it's like a Greek thing, so there's lots of kebabs and a lot of cooked grilled stuff over open fire. It's good stuff. I recommend.
Yeah, it's lunchtime, so get everybody hungry.
I'm getting hungry.
Right, get your grilling going. So did you pick up any foreign languages in all the places you live or in school and studying? Is English your only one, or?
I did French and German for a little while. I've lost it all now, but I used to be quite good at it. I can kind of
be on both sides of the world wars. Look at that.
I can read French and I can read a little bit of German, but I don't speak it well.
Awesome. And let's see. So immediately before Pinnacle, you lived on a houseboat. And then Shane ruined that whole wonderful thing by giving you a job in Arizona.
It wasn't before Pinnacle. I was Pinnacle's president like before, quite a long time ago, in 2005, I think 2006. I was president of Pinnacle then, and I was working on the houseboat when we launched Deadlands Reloaded. And so I was with Pinnacle for a while, and then when I moved out to the States, then I left Pinnacle and joined video games for a little while. I was making video games for like 10 years, and then came back home.
Ah, nice. Oh, so tell in preparation for this stream, Simon removed all of evidence of his existence from the internet, so I couldn't find any embarrassing childhood photos.
Yeah.
And
none exist. I've always been perfect.
But your wife Kirsty made the mistake of friending me on Facebook, and she did post about your houseboat. So tell us about this houseboat, sir. I think this is amazing. Like, where did you the adventures in finding this thing? How long did you live on it?
There was a Dutch barge. It's like a 50-foot Dutch barge, and we went to Holland and found it, and then had it brought over on the back of a truck. And winched into a canal. That's in Sheffield, so there's the north of Britain has quite extensive canals, and so we lived in Sheffield on that boat, and it was like a 1920s boat, and it had been lived upon by an elderly couple, and so we kind of gutted the whole of the inside of the boat and rebuilt it all. So that's kind of our handiwork in there.
That's amazing. I do like the daring of having a wood-burning stove on the inside of a wooden boat.
Actually a diesel stove, so it's fed from the diesel in the back of the boat.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty smoky, so when you lit it, you had to really deal with it for a while.
John Doom wants to know if you were technically a Viking.
I haven't checked my lineage quite that far back, but almost certainly.
Oh, it does count as a longboat. Okay, so you can join our little Valheim crew. Although Valheim's totally not any kind of historically accurate, but hey, that doesn't stop anybody. What's up, Acevedo? So did you have kids on the boat, or was that before your
so that was so my son was born right before we left the UK. So he lived in a crib in a cupboard on the boat for like 6 months, and then we moved. So he never really had to experience growing children on there. I figured that would probably be a stretch. It was cramped. Everything was kind of built in, so you had to make use of space. But yeah, it was great for a while.
It's very romantic. I like it. I also love the fact like if you look very closely, I'm gonna throw the image up again. If you look very closely, you had a fish, which is like Inception fish, or so like you have a fish inside of a boat on the water inside of England. Like,
I actually completely forgot we had a fish. That's a suppressed memory. I don't know what happened to the fish.
I mean, yeah. Well, maybe when the baby came, it's like everyone
gets. Pretend we released him into the wild, and he now rules that pond in Sheffield.
Right, the pond upstate, like everyone with their dogs, the farm upstate. It was a pond upstate. And although maybe he Shane says you've got cats. Wait, so are you another Donald? I mean, Donald is a big cat dude.
No, my wife wanted kittens, so she has insisted we have kittens.
I saw her shopping for puppies too. So is it?
I know. I thought I'd won that battle, and it turns out I was wrong.
I really pushed for the puppies. I was enabling the big dog. She was thinking small dog, and I was like, no, go for the big dog. They're easier. And right. So
no more cats. Thank you.
I mean, that's the thing with like I just prefer animals that eventually don't poop in the house. Like I give a couple weeks of training, and then but cats are like, nope, that is a bridge too far, sir. Oh, hey, and like Chris Valentine's, like if you want to expand the cattery, we can grow the numbers.
No.
That's true. It's really not if Simon wants 2 more cats; it's if Kirsty wants 2 more cats. And,
that's true. I don't feel like I think Shane really ought to be working.
Right? No. Shane owns the company. Shane can do what Shane wants, right? right? And then Shane says, yes, dogs wait to eat you and you die. That's true. I mean, like very, very considerate. Dogs will clear your browser history before your neighbors or grandparents come or whatever. Cats will open up your browser history and lead people in. So that's the difference. So let's see. We've done pets. We've done where's the most exotic, crazy place? I mean, like, so you've been around the Mediterranean. Where's the farthest you've been from home, living or visiting?
Well, I mean, the United States is pretty far from home.
That's true.
But when we were in the UK, my dad and I drove to Turkey a couple of times. That was an entertaining trip.
All the way through Europe to Turkey?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty epic. So any fun stories you want to share from all the way to Turkey? I mean,
we were former Yugoslavia was always like a trial to cross, right? It was strange, but we always got stopped by police there. Every time we drove through Yugoslavia, my dad was caught for speeding. Like the one time when he would do it, or he coming down a hill when he didn't have any choice. We were in like a motorhome, right? So it picked up speed as you came downhill, and like every time we went there, you got stopped speeding, and fined. And they fine you on the spot, right? So
of course, yes, yeah. If you're
sure, it's just like a little supplemental income, but yeah, Yugoslavia was always like, this is where we're gonna run into something. And they also had like unmarked carts on the road. So if you were driving at night, like there was just animals crossing and carts and stuff being pulled around. I always felt like you're taking your life in your hands driving through Yugoslavia.
Yeah, a similar experience in Egypt when my dad and I went. It was like the highway from the airport back into Cairo is like 3 lanes wide, like that are marked, but they drive 5 or 6 lanes across, and they do the 3rd lane thing. Like in America, you'll get a bicycle every once in a while. A motorcycle will come up between 2 cars and be hot stuff. There, other cars will come and just ride the line, or a donkey.
Yeah, we never drove in Egypt, but I did go on a bus in Egypt, and that was also like a life-altering experience. That was kind of there's just people weaving through traffic in whatever vehicle they've got.
Yeah, just pedestrians, just whatever, taking their life in their hands, and you have to believe in a higher power to kind of cross the road, because it's just like, oh my God. But so you have family and kids. I think I snatched a photo. Let's see. So tell us about your family. Here we go. There's Simon's lovely family. So tell us about the besides you, the lovely folks in the picture.
Yeah, so that's Dylan in the middle, my eldest, and Evie and Angelina is flying. That's kind of her approach to life.
Nice. And your better half, Kirsty?
Yeah.
So how'd you two meet?
In the UK after a party. So we were just at a friend's house. It was innocuous.
Yeah, I never said so. Like post college, in school.
Yeah, after college. Yeah.
What did you study?
I did a humanities degree. It was my majors were American studies and religious studies. So I did a 2-part thing, and then afterwards,
you and JM have a lot to talk about.
After college, then I started doing some postgraduate work at the University of Liverpool, doing an investigative psychology. I was a research assistant on an investigative psychology course, helping a PhD student do like homicide crime scene coding, right, for offender profiling, and that was kind of what I thought that would be great. That's what I'd be interested in doing. But unfortunately, I was lured away. Somebody sent me some CCG cards, and it was a slippery slope that I slid down fast.
Tell me it was Yu-Gi-Oh! It was Yu-Gi-Oh!, wasn't it?
It wasn't actually. It was the original vampire game, Jihad.
Nice.
I was smitten.
So is that your first exposure into like the gaming industry and getting into games and all that stuff? Or
no, I mean I've been playing role-playing games since I was in Cyprus. I started playing war games originally and playing like Ancients, and we had a whole group of people playing Ancients when I was at school in Cyprus. And then I got into D&D, and then quickly into Traveller and RuneQuest, and so role-playing games were kind of my thing for a long time. But I fell hard for CCGs. I really like them. I still do.
Well, I mean, you come close, right? Like how would you qualify the Deadlands Noir game you created?
Oh, it's not collectible, but it's a fun card game. Yeah. I'm a sucker for card games, or card mechanics in games too. I mean, we were playing Torg the other night, and using cards in Torg is just tickles that itch for me. Tracy can attest. I saw her in the chat. She's like, if I can manipulate the deck in any way I can playing Torg, I'll be all over it.
Nice. So I think that's why you must like Shane, because Shane likes playing player manipulation characters in games. Like, so you guys are both like the twin mastermind types. So John Doom asked, what video games did you work on when you were on your break from Peg?
So initially, I was working with Shane on the Deadlands MMO that we were trying to launch, and then after that, I worked on Neverwinter with Cryptic for 7 years, like prior to launch, and then for several years after launch, as a content/systems designer.
Nice, very good. Okay, so fellow Brit Danny, so JD and Danny and I had a meeting this morning, so it was good fun to catch up. He insists that your IKEA Kallax shelves in the background are filled with board games instead of.
Well, I'm not going to show you, but this is my stuff I made, Kallax. I got like 5 more out there that are stuffed with board games, and then there's board games all over the floor as well. So I'm not going to show you that. It's a bit depressing.
Simon's hilarious. So I think I was asking you months and months ago, over a year ago, I think it was pictures of like the first Pathfinder box set, and you were like, I didn't clean up. And he has a picture of like an immaculate white carpet and immaculate white walls. And I'm like, really? This is dirty for you, sir? Like, yeah. So I get so all the stuff you made. So it's a pretty.
I'm just reading some of these comments are hilarious.
I'm remiss. Like, let's run through these real fast. Let's see. Yes, it sounds like you were raised like a wizard.
Well, I think that was more for Dylan because he was brought up in a cupboard on a boat.
That's true.
He's definitely a wizard.
So which kid takes after you and which kid takes after Kirsty?
So the girls look a lot like Kirsty. Dylan behaves a lot like her, I think. Evie takes the most after me, which is probably why we all get on each other's nerves so much. She's kind of like, she's actually sort of like you. I'm a little bit suspicious about that. She's willful. And then my daughter's kind of like, she's her own little being, the youngest one.
So yeah, the child that your parents told you, like, when you have kids, Simon.
Yeah. Whenever I talk about Evie, I can hear them just chuckling. It's like, this is what you get.
So here's an in-depth, interesting question. How has your college study affected your current job, and do you recommend any particular field of study for future tabletop industry workers?
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend anything to TTRPG industry workers. For me, I found it actually has been really useful in weird ways, right? It's like the breadth of stuff that you had to learn to get through, because I started with history as well, and so just having that sort of humanities background of a lot of literature and a lot of history and a fair amount of religion, I find it quite a broad grounding to talk about all kinds of stuff, and then weird things like giving reference for artists on. I can remember being at Cryptic one time and we were trying to build like a fortress cathedral type thing, and I happened that I'd been to Albi in the south of France, right, which is just this huge fortress cathedral with like arrow slit type windows, but inside it's all painted and glorious, and so I could just pull this stuff up, right, and it was just reference that they would never probably have found alone, right, and so being able to call on that kind of wide and varied history, I think it's quite useful, but it's not particularly deep, right? It's wide.
I mean, some of us are wide and some of us are deep. So, what's the favorite card game? Skull, Cockroach Poker? JD asks. Doomtown.
I do like Doomtown. I have a lot of Doomtown cards. I am still a sucker for the vampire card game. I really like the multiplayer political part of it, more so than the direct kind of attacking part of it. But I did also love Five Rings. I bought a lot of Five Rings.
So, do you like the Doom board game with the whole like Bene Gesserit guessing what turn it's going to end on? And
yeah, I actually almost did that in a game with our local game group with Shane and Tracy and Daryl, and I was the Bene Gesserit, and I had the right round, and I changed my mind at the last minute and picked the wrong person. But so I was close.
So
but
close.
Yeah, I love that game. That's a good game.
A name I don't recognize, cough, cough, Mike Barbeau, asks, who's your favorite person to work with?
Well, I want to say Mike Barbeau.
Ah, good answer.
But yeah. I'd be lying, so I won't.
Right, there we go. And JD. Yes, today I am definitely Simon's least favorite because I refuse to cancel the stream. So.
I have a morbid fear of being on streams. I don't like it, but I'm always happy to talk to you, Chris.
So yeah, let's see. We do, I think, Sci-Fi Companion. Another question. I think same other before. I was like Wednesday. So at the end of the stream, we'll definitely talk about kind of timelines on stuff because we promised. And let's see. College is good. Yes, study is good. Being worldly is good. So that's another thing too. Is like, I mean, how does it feel being like you had American studies, which basically means you know more about America than like 95% of Americans. So
I don't know about that. I mean, I was pretty careful picking what topics I was going to study, so I ended up doing things like rap music, and so it was. I managed to avoid a lot of American literature.
Okay, so if you actually did rap music, so who's your favorite?
I'm a fan of Ice-T from way back.
Nice, that's good, quality stuff.
Tupac.
Good.
I will not. I just saw Shane ask me to rap. I'm not gonna do
it. It's one of those questions for like, you gotta wait till like post-con, everyone's a little socially smooth with some libations, and then we'll get Simon on the. Actually, on the Savage Cruise, there was a couple guests who were really good at karaoke, like, right? If I lay down the beat, we'll do it. Oh my God, New Jack City. Such a good movie. Right? What time does the rapping start? Oh my God. So so question on, let's see. Are you a green card still? Are you becoming a citizen? Are you planning on
I am now able to naturalize. I haven't started that process yet, but I am able to now. So you got to wait I think 5 or 6 years after the green card before you're allowed to start that process. So
more studying. You have to brush up on your American history. I don't think Tupac is on the exam they give folks.
No, I've done that a few times, and I haven't seen any questions about rap on that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
The Tracy was a theater design degree. Awesome. Acting, right? I mean, all very applicable. Our hobby is actually a really interesting hobby in that regard, right? It's like there's a deep like military history. So I think a lot of people who have been in the military or interested in that are in the hobby. A lot of theater kids and public debate and speech and debate folks are in the hobby, like the mathematicians and the game theory people. So it really does.
Yeah, I think Tracy's background directly translates. You can tell. I mean, she runs a fantastic game. She was GMing for us the other night. So as a player or a GM, I think it shows, and it's great fun to play with.
Yeah,
I don't have any of that background. I'm not that performative.
So do you? I mean, so with the whole like crippling morbid fear of public speaking, even though like we can't imagine the audience naked because they're not here. Do you like the game master, or do you like you like playing games, but like is your preference more towards cooperative group games and like the board card?
No, I'm a vicious backstabber.
Mm-hmm.
We played Game of Thrones quite a lot. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'll play anything. I enjoy anything, but if I can murder somebody along the way, so much the better.
So what game mastering? What's your style of game mastering? Do you like game mastering? Do you like running things? It's like you've written.
I I haven't run anything for a long time. It's tough that play with Daryl and Tracy and Shane running games. It's
It's
tough
intimidating. It is.
Yeah. So I haven't run anything for a while. I'm going to start running Dark Ages when we get that a little further along. But that's going to be the next thing that I run.
Very good, very good. And like the okay, so what like so you worked a lot on Rippers. What was that like? Rippers is kind of I think one of my favorite settings. I just love the whole kind of Victorian concept and
it is mine too. That's dear to me. I love that kind of the Victorian setting. I love the kind of the Jack the Ripper aspect of it. It's Chris Dolan wrote the original draft of that, and then I kind of added some stuff to it and finished the book. And so the second one, the resurrected one, I wrote the plot point for, and we polished it up a little bit. And I'm looking forward to doing the third one, but that's going to be a little way off yet. But I have
a lot of projects. Oh, yeah, there is an idea, huh? So you want to spill a little bit, just
no.
Well, no, God,
but it'll have something to do with Dracula.
Oh, very good. Okay, very good. I love it. Good stuff. Okay, so Dracula's on deck. The so good. The Rippers 3 Electro Boogaloo. Yep. Good news. Okay, so let's see. Let's try. Okay, so we're gonna make it nice and light today. We'll only go half an hour, so we've got like a scant few minutes left. So guys, throw in your questions. But I think let's see, where did I ping you on this? We were talking about we've got a bunch of fun updates because like a lot of stuff's coming in. So it's been a very productive 18 months and Tripplers, nice. Who played the best? Oh, okay. Interesting. Who's the best Dracula in film? Bela Lugosi, Willem Dafoe.
Gary Oldman.
Ooh, that was a good one. Thin Keanu and Winona. Yeah, he's amazing. I think Gary Oldman.
Keanu's accent, but it's still a good film. I like the film.
I mean, everyone likes ripping Keanu on stuff. I think he's in some of the most iconic. I think Devil's Advocate is a top 5 film. I love that film. Young Charlize Theron, Al Pacino. I mean, just the such a great film. And Dominic Purcell.
I'm not sure he nailed the accent in that movie.
I don't think he ever. I mean, no.
Doesn't usually have to try.
I mean, I think Point Break or whatever, the one where they're like jumping out of airplanes, robbing banks in Southern California, is the one where it's just like, oh, fine, just put Keanu in Southern California and the accent's fine. No one notices. The Valley dude. But yes, Gary Oldman he's pretty awesome. The Vampire and Fright Night original, but not or Dracula. Oh my God, I love it. So let's see. So a lot of big projects. See, yeah, right. You just keep watching, and man, everyone's Chris Sarandon. We've got a lot of who's the new? Okay, definitely not the best Dracula. I also like Nick Cage. Nick Cage holds a special place in my heart, just like I haven't seen the new one yet either. Right? Yeah, heard mixed reviews, but the Raising Arizona is also like top 5. Like, what a wonderful movie that is. It's like how could you not love Nick Cage when he does something like Raising Arizona? So. I don't know if I'd buy him as Dracula though, but I don't think that was a very serious take on the character of the role. So maybe he works. But the let's see, products that are stuff that's coming up. Let me pull up our little list. I think I was bugging you in chat about like all the different products that are coming out.
I mean we've had a ton of stuff working its way through the print queue, and we ran into our production problems last year and beginning of this year, but I think everything seems to be going more smoothly now, and we're starting to see things arriving, which is makes me happy. So
like Hell in the High Plains is definitely next, right? That is
that is cleared customs, and it's either with the warehouse or they're unpacking it right now. So we expect that to start moving very soon.
Awesome. So we're actually, I mean, we're getting, I mean, I know it's already what the 12th, it's 12th is mid-May, 15th is mid-May. So we said people like, hey, end of the month, maybe June, which is still on track for that. So that's very good. So we're on track for Hell in High Plains. Then let's see Fantasy Companion. Customs
Fantasy
apparently.
Companion and more of Oblivion both came in together. They at the docks, but they've been flagged to have a customs inspection, which can sometimes take a little while. We were ahead on that. Whether or not we still will be after customs are done with it, we'll see. But yeah, so they'll be going to the warehouse once that's cleared customs.
So the like how in the world did, like, of all the things that have gone wrong in like shipping and production stuff in this last year, like U.S. Customs has started to become a picky kind of pain in the butt on several projects. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know how long that process is going to take, so I'm hopeful that it isn't a pain and that it's all resolved pretty quick. So that's I'm remaining optimistic. Nothing bad has happened yet. So
JD wants to offer a compliment and then swiftly turns around and stabs you in the back and letting you know. Right. We're not taking that question, sir.
No, you can ask, and I mean that one is all on me, and I don't even know how I did it. So yes, I'm bummed.
I know how it happened. So we pulled Simon away from his having to double check on our printer and triple check and quadruple check, and he came out to Deadwood, and that's what happened. So we were.
Oh, that was about then, wasn't it?
Right. We were dividing your attention when the printer was like, we can't do this, you have to do this, and we need to send us that. So
I remember I did stuff in the hotel room, so I might well have been that.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
I'll blame you. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. See, now I've burdened you of that lifelong guilt on this fine.
I feel
also, right? See? And the more you guys buy, the faster we can get to the reprint or the next printing, and that we can.
It'll be fixed. That's for sure.
Right? Just burn all those copies and all that good stuff. And right, we are looking to do more destination game days. So I think for this year, if you guys want to join us, we're heading to Madison, right? Madison, Wisconsin. Gamehole Con. So that's going to be the one we're all going to go crash. So get your tickets at Gamehole Con, and more info coming soon on that. Let's see what other good stuff. Okay, so then obviously, so that's really cool that you got Mob. So that was like that bumps up Mob Oblivion. Hopefully, I mean, obviously we'll have to wait. We'll do the one round and then we'll do Mob. But like the fact that Daryl got that one done in record time, we got the little like jump the queue on that, which is awesome. Let's see, Horror Companion. That's who updates. If you guys haven't seen the Horror Companion, the final files, book final for sure. And then there's like one of the adventures we might put out next week, and then there's like one last little thing. But like if you want the Horror Companion,
the print files are all with the printer already, so we're waiting on proofs for that and for Pinebox.
Oh, so good. And there's a lot of files came out. So if you guys haven't checked the Kickstarter updates, early in the week or end of last week, we just started unloading a bunch of kind of final files. So let's see. Where have we talked about where the Supers is? The Supers is already here, right? Yeah, someone had a comment. I think you can buy Supers now, sir. It is in the warehouse. Or Sci-Fi. Oh, okay. It's a Sci-Fi question. So,
yeah, Sci-Fi is still in the works. That one is it's a little way off. I mean, each of the companions has been just a ton of work, right? There's a lot of effort put into the rules, a lot of effort put into streamlining things as much as we can, and making sure there's plenty in there. So the companions take time, but Sci-Fi is the next one, and it's in progress.
Also, we have Mr. Big Mike Barbeau, is working hard on polishing up Doomguard for the board game. So that's, since Mike is lead on Sci-Fi, and I think Brian is also reading and helping on Sci-Fi too. But that's Mike's baby. So we are currently tasking Mike with making sure that Doomguard is ready to go. So how is that coming along? Speaking of board games and stuff, what is Doomguard like? What's the
Doomguard's great. We are working through all the cards, getting some graphic design done. I'm surrounded by these Doomguard minis that we've been working on. So this is Cultist from Doomguard. Let me see if we can get it close. Nope, it's going to be. Yeah, it's not going to focus well. Yeah, so we got a ton of minis that we've been working on here for it, and more sculpts coming in all the time.
Oh, fun stuff! The
minis, we also have our the dragon from.
I haven't seen this printed. That is awesome. Oh my god, I'm gel.
We're just
That is
working
cool.
on how to get that packaged so it can arrive safely.
Yeah, that's actually a big thing. Like, I mean, I remember the headache on getting the Deadlands whiskey boxes sent was like you can't put stuff in them or else it moves around too much and cracks them and whatever. And then they're big. And I remember that was always it was a great idea, a collector product, but like a lot of those had to be reshipped or whatever, and a little bit of a headache. So we're going to try to save the dragons by getting them packaged well. Wow, so that's a lot of
Sorry,
stuff.
I'm just laughing at the comment there. The mic can only do one thing at a time.
There we go. Yes. Yeah, poor Mike.
He's also working on the next Pathfinder books too. So I mean, there's a lot going on, and Mike's doing his share of the lifting.
Yes.
The new player's guide and a new bestiary for Pathfinder in the works right now. So.
And the bestiary we already had was really well received. So this is like even more monsters. Which is awesome. And another thing on that too, folks. So if you haven't checked in, our VTT team has gotten more art from Paizo. So they've gone back through, and if you own Rise of the Rune Lords, they're going through each book and they're redoing the VTT assets to include all of the tokens for the monsters that are in those. And then the next project after getting through Rune Lords is going to be our bestiary that we've already done. They're going to go through and make sure all the tokens have monsters like that. So the VTT team is rapidly adding monster art to those assets. So look at that. Mike's watching, and look at this brotherly love. John Doom is actually pretty cool. We're playing speaking of Necessary Evil, we're playing tonight on Necessary Evil, where I get to play a Nokia cell phone as my supervillain. It's awesome. It's going to be great. Ronnie's going to run it. So with that, we've got a meeting to get to because it's the Friday how to do InDesign things. So I'm going to, let me go get one more link. We'll actually toss people out to the, if you haven't yet seen Necessary Evil, it has got one more week of funding. It is all 3 volumes, Necessary Evil 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, it's Invasion, Breakout, and Cosmic Crisis. And you can do it
with maps and poems. Yeah.
It's a lovely, lovely box set. Let's see. The Savage Snows. Ooh, that might be interesting. Good. The yes, we do working very hard, but I don't know. We'll see about getting folks on some actual plays. Let's see. So Necessary Evil, finishing up that thought. You can get so basically Necessary Evil 1 and 2, which have a storied, wonderful history, great concept. You get to play super villains defending Earth from an alien invasion. And the 1 and 2, Breakout and Invasion. That's kind of the chronological. 1, 2 is a prequel to 1. They have been redone. They're now in all new suede compatible hardcovers. Mostly new art. A lot of the like 80 to 90% of the art is new on those 2. And so you can pick those up, and then, or you can just go in for the box set and you get all 3. There's a separate archetype box with the archetype cards. There's a separate box you can do what you want with, which is the cool little magnetic floppy close thing, which we did on the Deadlands Hell High Plains stream. If you want to go back and check that, because show the little clicky. Oh, ribbon.
Yeah, still
out. Yes. See,
nice.
we can do Asmer too, guys, and awesome conviction coins. The conviction coins. So that's a new thing we're adding. We did some coins for the Pathfinder box set that's coming in. Right, Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the hollow ones. Yeah, the hollow ones are great. I've got those on my desk. I can do props too. So let's see if we get the. I love these. These are, I mean, like nice and thick. I love the clicky clacky sound. It's great. So and then the cool thing, I think, right, is like we're trying to get the ones for this campaign, that little star, little Pinnacle star. We're trying to get it like engraved all the way through, like a whole.
And see if it can be punched. Yeah, if it can be punched, I'm going to try it, but we'll see.
That's awesome. Super cool, right? Bennies make the work around. Also, yeah. So if you want, so we've got a set of 5 as conviction coins. But if you want to turn them into bennies, you can a la carte it and get up to as many as you want to use them as bennies. And Right. So good stuff. So we've got 10 minutes over. So I promise Simon, I let him have some of that lunch before he gets into the meeting. So folks, we appreciate you. We will be back again. I've told you I was going to give you the link. I have not given you the link, but just because folks said, I didn't know you were doing a campaign, here is the link in the chat. This is to the Necessary Evil 3 Cosmic Crisis Game Changer. And keep an eye out on our newsletter that comes out on every Tuesday. There's an awesome new little section at the bottom that's got an update on where all of the projects that are outstanding are in their production queue. And this next week's one will be all the way updated because a lot of the things have changed last week, which is great news. And we're going to be very happy to see you folks getting all of these great crowdfunders in your hands and played and actual plays and all that kind of fun stuff. So also, yes, they are hard enough to throw. They're weighty. They can.
I don't think we should recommend that.
That's true. Okay. Not recommended. Do not throw hard metal objects at your players' heads. We are not liable for damage to players, et cetera, et cetera. Do not swallow. Not for children under 3. Not for adults who act like children under 3, but we'll still take your money. That's me. So yes, all that good stuff. Right. And we can't do it. Don't tell me what to do. And then let's see. Joshua, let's see. What question did Josh ask that Shane answered? I think it might have been on Hell on Earth. There you go. That's my guess. So not this year. So we're making our way. So one of the cool things that's actually going on is we have an upcoming awesome thing. I won't announce yet, but I'll give you a little hint that is an awesome way that we're supporting like all the things. And with a little less commitment than putting out, a new book or a new kind of, setting. So we will be talking about that very soon. Now I'm getting I need drinks, guys. Sorry. So that's a cool new initiative. You'll be hearing about it. It's Jody. Jody doesn't want me to give spoilers. She's cursing me. She's got that voodoo doll. So it won't be this year. But we're getting back around a bunch of stuff. But there will be some other cool, kind of shorter length things than full settings that are going to be coming out. And we will have Brian Reeves on and some other cool stuff to talk about that in the near future. So with that, folks, thank you again for backing the Necessary Evil campaign. And other than that, we will see you guys. You have newsletter next Tuesday, and we'll be back. I'll be back on twice next week at least. We'll do maybe 3 times, because we'll do like a closeout stream, and we'll do office hours, and I think Savage Universe. We've got some awesome folks to come on Savage Universe who are aces, so it might even be twice next week. So closeout stream on Thursday, and then there's been then Savage Universe, and then Friday we'll do another office hours. So cheers, guys! Have some fun. Play some Savage Worlds this weekend. I get to play tonight with some of these fine folks who are in the chat, and pasta la pista. I like that. Cheers, folks.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Simon.